What's up, guys? We're gonna have a short little recap interview because I haven't been posting anything in a while, and the last time we had a home game, I didn't have an interview due to the fact that it was a blowout, and you know, I'm not going to sit here and condone games that are blowouts, but this game, we can sit here and condone it. We'll talk about it, and we'll get down to a point real quick before I head off the bed because I am getting tired. Let's just start off with saying the reason why we played this game twice was because of some technical difficulties. I had my brother. My brother had accidentally unplugged my PlayStation and turned off the stream and the game, and it was just complete utter BS. And had to start over. During that time, I just decided just to wait until everyone kind of fell asleep. It was just more comfortable that way. It made more sense because I actually had after all this had happened, I actually had a friend come by for a little bit. Me and her chilled for a bit, and the kids would just run around playing the game, and we were waiting until they fell asleep. So it was whatever. So that's why this game is a late game. That's why you had to play it twice, due to some technical difficulties, and then just had to wait until we just decided to wait until everybody was asleep and then play it. Other than that, let's go with the game. The game was started out kind of okay. This was actually an equal kind of match for us. I guess because both of us are both tired. But you know, at the end of the day, we came out and we started scoring. They scored. Sometimes we were ahead. Sometimes, most of the time, they were ahead. I think the only time we were ahead was in the second quarter. Throughout the third and the fourth quarter, we were behind just 1 point. At the end of the third, and then near the fourth, we didn't score anything. That's when we kind of started slipping. I lost I'm going to be honest. I lost my train of thought there. Throwing to Amari Cooper at the end. I thought he was wide open. At that point, we lobbed the pass to Amari, and it became intercepted. There was a couple other passes that were questionable, but on the logic of some of those, just thought that the play was going to make more sense at the time. We're trying to balance out more of our rushing, our running game and our passing game just a little more in this game. We're trying to figure out exactly where we are at the team. We just I think what it is we lost our point and method here, and the only thing that really kept it going was flexing our muscles with the run game, and in the passing game, just mixing it up here and there. Sorry guys, and trying to dive deeper into it. It wasn't that bad of a game. We decided we know we could have had this game in the bag in the third quarter. We could have came back and actually won. To be honest with you guys, if we had made the mistakes with that first interception in the fourth quarter to Amari Cooper, and then that second interception, we could have came back and we could have actually scored. There was a time where, you know, we knew that he was going to kneel the ball, and we knew we had 2 timeouts left, but, you know, we were not going to take the 2 timeouts and try and score something with only like 56 seconds on the clock or 46 seconds on the clock. I wasn't going to risk it. I actually was, the first time we actually tackled him behind the line, I was talking to the guys, well, to the coaching staff, seeing if I wanted to call a timeout. Once my timeout wasn't really accepted because I did hit the timeout button, but you know, Madden, they don't actually recognize that you're hitting the button right away. Once the timeout wasn't really accepted, or realized, I just called it back. I didn't want to take the timeout anymore. The reason why I wanted to take a timeout then is because it actually gave us more time to actually, you know, if we did stop them on 4th down, we would have gotten the ball right back. We could have scored another touchdown, or we could, you know, kick the field goal. That would have made the game. That would have made the points a little bit closer. We might have had a chance to, you know, come back, or at least just get close enough to the game to where we need to be. You know, we're not gonna get all the 14 points back due to that. You know, due to that interception, but we could have gotten something out of that. You know, and the thing was, the last couple of plays were very questionable on my end, because it was like, why throw it there? Why not run the ball here? Why not throw in the middle? Why not take the underneath routes? Why throw a deep pass in the 4th quarter when you can obviously come back and actually score on the underneath route, or at least get some yards on the underneath route, and just, you know, absolutely score there and have a chance to win the game. Yeah, I wasn't really paying attention. Like I said, I'm tired. That's not really an excuse, but when you're tired, you're not really focused. So I'm gonna go with not focused. You know, I read it. When I was trying to look back at the photos to see exactly, you know, what would be our photos to use in this game, when I looked back and saw exactly what I did on that play, I didn't throw underneath route. There were 2 receivers open on the underneath. One was wide open, and then the other one was about to get space to get open. And you know, if he had that space, if he didn't have that space to get open, that would have left him a chance to get a flag, or for a defensive pass interference. We could have gotten another 1st down there, and you know, that could have been the factor where we could have came back into the game, and we could, we could actually either tie this, go overtime, or actually win this game. There was a big chance that we could came back and win this game, you know. And it's something that we're going to have to build on. You know, we make mistakes. You know, the 4th quarter was a big mistake. You know, when we threw that deep pass, that was a really big mistake. Like I said, there was 2 receivers on the underneath that we could have thrown to. One was wide open, and then our tight end was wide open. And the thing was, I saw the pressure come at me. I thought, I thought Amari was open, and I thought we had a chance to, pass it to him and get that chance and get that touchdown in there. You know, he's a very physical player. You know, once you throw the ball to him, he's physical. He get up there in the air and he catch it. But sometimes lately he's been dragging in those positions, and it's something that we're working on. It's something that we're trying to get, players that understand his physicality, players that are next to him in that position, and players that want to play their hearts out to go beyond the measures of just catch that ball and don't catch it. You have to have the speed, you gotta have the physicality, you have to have the jump, you know, and he has all of that. The fact that he hasn't, the fact that he didn't catch that in the end zone, and the fact that he was so far away from that ball, that speaks something. You know, Amari has been having problems, and we're not going to sugarcoat everything. He has been angry that he hasn't been getting called out for ball lately. Well, that's one of the reasons why. You know, we try and put a big target on his head, you know, because we know what he can do. But if you don't produce on this team, I'm sorry, you're gonna be out of the bunch of who we're gonna throw to and who we can trust to throw to. Right now, Amari Cooper is one of those players who, you know, I do trust, but at the same time, it has to be a position where I know for a fact he's going to catch that ball, or he's going to be open, or he's going to make the play, or he's going to get at least a defensive pass interference call on him. Lately, it has been more of the fouls than actually catching the damn ball. And the only time when he caught the ball a few times is when, you know, a few games back, where he's catching, you know, when he's receiving the ball for touchdowns and stuff. When we first got him, he was a cool kid on the block. Now he's the kid on the block who's just in a predicament right now. We're trying to shake him out of it. We're trying to work on him. We're trying to actually build that confidence back up on him, and tell him to catch these damn balls, because he's not listening. He's breaking the cycle here, and the cycle, you know, it's ridiculous. The fact that we are now 0-6 of the season, and we really had a goal to make it past here, you know, at least being 4 and something, at least getting 4 wins in. The fact that we are 0-6 of the season, and it's been mostly due to, you know, some passes where he's been open, but hasn't been able to catch the ball, or at least drops the ball. We talk to him. We're trying to tell him, you know, you got to put your helmet back on, and you got to screw that thing on tight and actually pay attention, because you can't be dropping balls out there, and you can't be just slacking your ass off and thinking that the ball's going to come to you automatically if you're not going to push harder and faster to get it. So we're trying to work on him. No noticeable tips have been shown here. We're trying to figure out, you know, where he best fits on the field, and we're trying to work on that too. So we'll see where it goes. I'll take. But with that being said, we're gonna kind of slow it down here. We're gonna take some questions. I'll take a couple of questions. I'll take maybe 1 or 2 questions, and then we'll head out. And while, you know, I'm waiting for you guys to ask me anything about the game, or just, you know, in general, with what's going on with the season or what's going on with the team, I'll answer any question. With that being said, we're going to talk about the injury that was due to our wide receiver. If anybody's seen the injury in the beginning of the game, yeah, we did. In the game, we lost Herman, but I just checked and he's totally fine. He wasn't able to return back because he complained that he had some, you know, he wasn't feeling it. And with the ACL, it's kind of like, you know, we're keeping an eye on that. We don't want to put him back out there too soon, and we don't really want to pull him away, because, you know, we think that he's best for positions out there, and with a wide receiver down, that kind of kills us. But, you know, we made some plays work with what we had, and, you know, it's there. You know, it's the fact that we're here that, you know, everything works. But if anybody don't have any questions, we'll head out for a day. Thank you guys for coming out. We were going to be playing. Who are we going to be playing next week? We're going to be playing the Panthers next week. We got 2 more divisional games. Well, actually, we got a couple of divisional games to go through. And yeah, we are looking at these games as important games to actually win and play, because you never know. Right now we're 0-6, but it's only week 7. We still got a couple ways to go. We could come back in the season, hopefully. If we play our divisional games and, at least make it up top on our division, we can probably secure a spot. Maybe even number 2 in our division. It's this team. We're trying to at least put a little bit of hope into the season and put a little bit of hope into us. Today was one of those days where you kind of saw where the hope is, because as you can tell, this was a pretty tight game all in all, and it's not usually like that. Usually we're getting blown out, we're making too many mistakes. We had close games where we just lost by a hair, and we don't get a chance to do that too often. The often ones that we have are when we're making too many freaking mistakes and we get blown out like crazy. And the fact that we actually had a game like this where we didn't get blown out like crazy, but we didn't win either, but it was a close match, is really, really cool. It's not cool because you want that win, but it's cool because at least we can see where we need to build on, instead of just going through each game where we're actually losing by a freaking blowout and say we need to work on that, we need to work on this. No, when we lose the games like this where they're been close and we're trying to pull ourselves together, this is where we actually sit down and say, well, we can work on this, we can work on that. Let's not make a mental mistake here, and let's just throw underneath. Let's just throw on top. Let's just go. Let's move him over here. We're working hard every day to get the playbooks in order, and we're actually working on something. And we're trying to test it out as best as we can. But right now we got 2 more divisional games in week 8 and week 9 that we're looking forward to. Week 10 we're playing against the Seahawks that we're looking forward to. Week 11 we're playing against the Buccaneers, and then we're going to go on from there. We're going to try and make this a winnable season where we're actually building a team in the community here. But with that being said, guys, thank you so much for coming out. I know our fan base is a little bit rough right now due to the cycles we've been having, but thank you guys for coming out and showing your support. And also we'll be back when we play against the Seahawks in week 10. For right now, this is a team that's hopeful, guys. We're looking for a win just like you guys are looking for us to get a win, and we're going to do that. But we gotta build up what we need to build up first before we can even do that. And with that being said, guys, I'm gonna head out for a day. Thank you guys for coming out. Talk to you week 10.